Do you worry that we forget about the victims, that there's less talk about the victims in all of this?
I really do, Eamonn. I mean, the victims in any child abuse case is always overlooked, and the damage that is caused by child abuse on the victims lasts for decades, lasts for a lifetime.
Sure.
And we've not even looked at that at all in the media at all, about the damage that it's been caused to the victim. 1 in 4 young adults were severely maltreated during childhood. Only 1 in 8 children are known to have reported the abuse they have suffered as a child. As a result, 7 out of 8 children's lives will be negatively impacted as adults. No one knows the true scale of child abuse. It is prevalent in all communities, all institutions, and mostly happens within the family home by people the victim and survivor knows. There is online grooming and sexual exploitation by gangs every day. At 28, I thought I had it all. I was married, I had a successful career, my own home, and a newborn baby. I had love, security and stability in my life. But when I held my baby in my arms for the first time, I had mixed emotions. I felt overwhelming love, but at the same time sadness and anger. I was determined my child would never suffer like I did. Giving birth to my baby had awakened all the suppressed and unexpressed thoughts, feelings and emotions that I had buried deep for so long, all of which would come back and rock me to the core. The first 15 years of my life, my siblings and I suffered mental, emotional, physical abuse and neglect. We moved homes 9 times. We moved schools 6 times. We were abused and neglected at the hands of 4 caregivers. Aged 9, I was groomed and sexually abused by a stranger. Aged 15, I was sexually abused within my own home. From the age of 15 to 30, I created a new identity for myself. I locked my childhood away in a box. I didn't want anyone to judge me. I felt ashamed of who I was. The next 17 years were all impacted by child abuse. I was constantly vigilant and fearful. My body was suffering from chronic stress to the point that my period stopped and I couldn't get pregnant for 3 years. I was resorting to bulimia on a daily basis. I suffered from severe constipation and IBS, which resulted in 2 anal surgeries. Eventually, at the age of 30, I had a breakdown in front of my staff team and colleagues. The doctor recorded this as stress on my health records, not mental health, because this would have hindered my career. I was referred for 6 weeks of counselling where I just cried. No one spoke to me about the cause of my ill health or provided me with a solution. I have had 3 hip surgeries, including a hip replacement. I have been diagnosed with depression and PTSD symptoms. Many victims and survivors have had similar health issues as outlined in the reports. Some of us self-harm, self-medicate through alcohol, drugs or food, or even take our own lives. I needed a solution to stop my pain and deterioration. I trained in fitness, posture, nutrition, Pilates, orthopedic conditions, mental health and GP referral from a fitness perspective. From this wealth of knowledge and lived experience, I created the Cleaner Living Therapy Programme for people who have suffered trauma from abuse, to empower them to break the cycle of self-sabotage and help them rebuild their lives piece by piece. In 2016, I founded the Survivors of Abuse charity, SOB. We are the experts in focusing on victims and survivors' recovery from trauma through health and wellness. We raise awareness of the impact from all forms of abuse. We train and educate professionals like the police, social services and healthcare. We campaign and champion for access to client-led, trauma-informed, long-term therapy. We educate and offer practical solutions to victims and survivors to empower them on their journey to healing. We want victims and survivors to know that we hear their voice and that there is love, life and laughter after abuse. We are SOB, the experts and part of the solution in recovery from childhood abuse.